Hello, and welcome to my guide on how to play Hyper Light Drifter. I may only be a beginner to this game, but I hope that I may provide some advice to you, so that you can better experience the game for yourself. The first tip I would like to offer you is that you should play with a controller. How do I know this? The game told me when it was loading up. So, let's begin. So, tip number 2 is that there is a 15 character limit on your name. If you happen to have a 16 character name, that is quite unfortunate. Alright, so it looks like this game has given you both a sword and a gun. Tip number 3 is going to be that you're going to want to, in a fight, only use the sword because it looks much cooler. Unless you get hit. Tip number 4. Make sure you know what button is bound to screenshot. Ooh. Tip number 5. Press D-pad to pose. So the 6th tip I'm going to give you is that in terms of upgrades, you're going to want to prioritize this chain dash. The reason for this being that it looks the coolest, obviously. Tip number 7, don't do that. Or that. Or that. Or that. You know what, just don't even try and make this jump. Or that. Oh, or that. Or that. Or this. So to be honest, I don't know why I even made that jump. But you can do that. Tip number I already lost count. You can trust the bird people. They're just friendly. Oh wait, no, never mind. They're not. Heal. Tip number 10, I think. Swinging randomly works. Tip number 11. Turn down the volume. Jeez, it's loud. Yikes. Tip number 12. Never let your guard down. Ouch. Tip number 13. The cow people are friendly, so feel free to talk to them. At least I think that's a cow. Maybe it's a bird. Maybe the bird people are friendly. Tip number 14. Always take the left path. Tip number 17. Sometimes they have 2 health, so when they lunge at you, you have to be ready to dodge regardless if you hit them or not. Unlike with birds. Tip number 18. Watch out for birds with lasers. Ah! How am I still alive? Tip number 19. Never let your guard down. Tip number 20. Lots of birds with lasers hurt your frames. And your soul. Tip number 22. If you're ever getting Tip number 22. If you're ever getting tired of seeing birds, feel free to leave this area and warp back to the center. However you may do that. Hello? How do I warp? Okay. Well, they're called to warp. Tip number 23. As tempting as it may seem, you are unable to cut the grass in town. You will simply nod your head and walk away. Tip number 24. If you ever feel like this robot thing is bullying you, just charge and kill it. Why have I done this to myself? Tip number 25. Sometimes the most important looking part of the map is indeed the most important. Tip number 27. Wait till... I was gonna give you some advice on how to properly fight the Green Lions, but I realize I'm too inadequate to actually give you a tip. Tip number 29. Sometimes there are too many enemies to deal with, in which case you should prioritize dodging and only occasionally attack, because otherwise you'll find yourself being swarmed and violently murdered. Oh, kinda like that. Tip number 30. Sometimes it's important to note that you only really have a 3 attack combo. So don't try and go for 4 attacks. Oh. Those are explosive. Tip number 31, those are explosive. Tip number 32, those are explosive. I feel like I'm losing my mind here. Can't keep count of anything. I used to be great at counting. It's like the thing I was the best at in elementary school. Just to, be able to count that's 999,999,999. Not that I ever tried it, but I theoretically could. Oh, those are still explosive. But, you know what? I don't know what's going on with my count anymore. Everything is happening all at once. I'm being swarmed by enemies. Things are exploding. I can't keep up with it. So I'm just gonna claim right now that my next tip will be tip number 34. Tip number 35, sometimes brute force just doesn't work. Tip number 36. Those items you collect from finding little secret areas and winning fights, they're only actually a fourth of a unit of currency, so you're not really making that much progress when you find them. Tip number 38. Am I on 38? I'm on 37, aren't I? Tip number 37, those never stop being explosive. Tip number 38, those never stop being explosive. Gotta cover your alley grounds with audio. Tip number 39, it's okay to destroy corpses. Tip number 40, that's not a platform. Tip number 41, if you ever run out of items to heal, you can make this noise at will. That's not annoying. What is this thing? Wait a moment, those are the explosive things. Good thing I'm in town and can only nod, otherwise... I might be dead. I don't know if those do 2D damage or not. Tip number 41. Do not attack this. Wouldn't it be pretty funny if I attacked this thing and then it blew up and knocked me off that cliff? I think it would be. Ow. Okay, tip number 42. Those things can actually attack you. I wasn't fully certain. Tip number 43, being in town heals you. Or, no, warping heals you, because I was in town before and it didn't. Oof. Oh! I'm sorry for making that noise. I got 6! Alright, all you people watching, all one of you that isn't already my friend. Try and see if you can beat the all-time high score, world record, 6 chain dashes. I don't think you can. I don't think I can. Well, I can at least say I can pretty consistently get 1. Tip number 43. Maybe you shouldn't buy the chain dash, because of the hour and a half I've been playing this game, about a third of that has been here. I mean, I'm not just saying that so that you can't possibly beat my record of 6. Not at all. Never mind, I just beat my record of 6 with a 7. Alright, well, I suppose this brings an end to my guide on how to play Hyper Light Drifter. If you like the video, good for you. I personally enjoy liking videos on YouTube, which isn't to say leaving them a thumbs up, like, as actually pressing the button. Oof. But can't tell, I'm really awkward at ending videos. You can subscribe to this channel, but I honestly wouldn't expect a whole lot more content in the near future. I have my AP tests in May, and my diploma's in June, and then I'll be moving out. So, it doesn't look like I'm gonna have a whole lot of time to be making more videos, but I'll try. This is part of my trial video making with Adobe Premiere Pro. I'll either get 1 or 3 videos out of it, so that's pretty cool. If you have any feedback, I would love to see it in the comments. I imagine some of the most prominent things are that my mic quality isn't very good. And then there might also be some balancing issues with my mic audio and the game audio, especially with the music being so loud. But this is my first video I'm making, So, have to start sometime. And I'm hoping to improve. So yeah. Guess that's it for this video. Anything I'm forgetting? Oh yeah, I just beat my record. That's what I'm forgetting. Have a great day.